धरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। ॐ नमः परमहंसास्वादितचरणकमलचिन्मकरन्दाय भक्तजनमानसनिवासाय श्रीरामचन्द्राय ॐ। So we finished seventh sarga in the last session. We will start with Ashtama sarga. अथ अष्टमः सर्गः तस्य चैवं प्रभावस्य धर्मज्ञस्य महात्मनः सुतार्थं तप्यमानस्य नासीद्वंशकरः सुतः. So in this sarga we will see that so far we have seen how Valmiki starts the story is he opens up with a general picture of Ayodhya, and then he in the next sarga he goes into a little detail specifics of how people are, and then the next sarga he goes into even more detail of even more, let's say, close up of how the ministers and the king also are. And then now the king is beginning to speak. So now the actual dialogues in the screenplay of Valmiki starts. So how is it starting? Tasya chaivam prabhavasya, tasya evam prabhavasya. Evam prabhavasya means so Dasharatha whose glory or whose might has been thus. So thus means like it has been described in the last 2-3 sargas. So such a Dasharatha whose glory is in such a way that Dasharatha tasya dharmajnasya, he's a dharmatma who knows dharma. Mahatmanaha, he's a mahatma. To that Dasharatha, what happened? So he's tapyamanasya, tapyam sutartham tapyamanasya. So tapyamana means he has been literally aggrieved. But here you should take tapyamanaha means he has been doing a lot of, he has been keeping a lot of vratam, so a lot of tapas and things like that. So some vratacharanam he is doing. Why is he doing? Sutartham tapyamanasya. So for the sake of a son, for the sake of a child, he's been doing some kind of vratacharanam so far. That does, and then to that Dasharatha Nasid Vamshakara Sutaha. So that Dasharatha, that Dasharatha who has been described, so whose glory has been described in the previous sargas, to that Dasharatha there is a small lack in his life. What is that lack? He doesn't have a son who continues his Vamsha. So this lineage has to be continued. People had that kind of a notion that the lineage has to continue. So he had this one problem that he did not have anybody to continue his lineage, and for that sake of a son, so generally the son continues the lineage, they say, because the wife gets married and goes into another person's family. So the son continues the lineage. So he has been looking for a son. He has been doing a lot of vratacharanam for the sake of a son. So चिन्तयानस्य तस्यैवं बुद्धिरासीन् महात्मनः सुतार्थं वाजिमेधेन किमर्थं न यजाम्यहम्. So he has been thinking, so he has been wanting for a son for a long time, and suddenly one day, the day of this story, so suddenly a thought came to him that why should I not do Ashwamedha Yaga for the sake of a son. So usually we see in story Putra Kameshti, Dasharatha did Putra Kameshti we say, but then Putra Kameshti comes later, but then the original plan was to do Ashwamedha Yaga. So Putra Kameshti also will come, but originally the plan was to do Ashwamedha Yaga. That thought comes to Dasharatha's mind. So Ashwamedha Yaga, I've told this before also, is supposed to be the most the most exalted of all Vedic karmas. So it is something that a Kshatriya has to do. But of all the karmas mentioned in the Vedas, Ashwamedha is supposed to be that which gives the highest phalam. So it gives Brahmaloka as the phalam, and at the same time all the papas that a person has, it destroys. So even a great, so if I remember rightly, there are Shruti Vakyas like that even Brahmatya dosha goes by this Ashwamedha Yaga and things like that. There are some statements like that. So all the papas are removed. So some papam is causing Dasharatha to not have children. So that papam has to go. So that should be some great obstacle, some great papam, because otherwise the small vratacharanam that he is doing, because of that he is not having children. Now in spite of that he is not having children. So he thought that perhaps there is some strong karanam for me not having children, and therefore the strongest karma that I can do to counter that papam is Ashwamedha Yaga. So he thought, let me do So he thought maybe I should do Ashwamedha Yaga. Chintayanasya means Chintayan. So he who has been thinking like this. So to him, Tasya evam Chintayanasya. So to that Dasharatha who has been thinking like this, that I should get a son, so that I don't have a son to continue my lineage and things like that. Buddhirasin Mahatmanaha Dasharathasya. So Mahatmanaha, to that Mahatma Dasharatha, Buddhirasit. So Buddhi means here a thought. He got a thought. What is that thought? Sutartham Vajimedhena Kimartham na yajamyaham. So Vajimedhena Sutartham Vajimedhena Kim na yajamyaham. So why should I not do Vaji? Vaji means horse. Vajimedha means Ashwamedha. So Ashwa means horse. So why should I not do Ashwamedha Yaga for the sake of a son? So suddenly that thought he gets. Now that he gets the thought, then that thought has to be discussed with his ministers, and then the thought has to be so that the plan is his. I mean, the idea is his ultimately. So the what should I say? It has to be endorsed by his ministers, and then permission should be given by his purohita. So that follows now. स निश्चितां मतिं कृत्वा यष्टव्यमिति बुद्धिमान् मन्त्रिभिः सह धर्मात्मा सर्वैरपि कृतात्मभिः ततो ब्रवीन् महातेजा सुमन्त्रं मन्त्रिसत्तमम्. So now so he has decided like this, and then he goes to his ministers, or rather he calls for his ministers and then says that so he says, I got this thought of doing an Ashwamedha. What do you people think? So they also approve that idea. So Mantribhihi Nishchitam Matim. So Mantribhihi means along with the ministers he has come to this conclusion. That means they have deliberated and then they have come to this conclusion that our Maharaja Dasharatha has to do Ashwamedha Yaga. So Nishchitam Matim Krutva Yashtavyam iti Buddhiman. So that Buddhiman means that intelligent Raja, or here in this context you can say that Buddhiman is that Dasharatha who got this thought of doing Ashwamedha Yaga. So Mantribhihi Saha Nishchitam Matim. So along with his mantris, along with the ministers, he got this thought that he has to, so they also endorsed the idea. That's the idea that he decided from now he decided that he has to do this Ashwamedha Yaga. So Dharmatma Sarvairapi Kritatmabhihi Mantribhihi. So Sarvairapi along with all the ministers, and Kritatmabhihi means here, so they who have also this knowledge, so they also have come to this conclusion. So such kind of ministers. So along with those ministers, now he has decided that. So even the ministers approve the idea. And what should happen now? Tato Braveen Mahateja Sumantram Mantri Sattama Shighramanaya me Sarvan Guruntan Sapurohitan. So Tato Braveen Mahateja. So Tataha means thereafter, having decided in the cabinet of all the ministers that this Ashwamedha Yaga has to be performed. So then that Mahateja, that Dasharatha of great brilliance, so he addresses the following words to Sumantra. So like I told you, in Ramayana there is nothing called Dasharatha Uvacha, then Sumantra Uvacha, then Vasishtha Uvacha. It doesn't come like that. Everything goes on in direct speech. It's like one person or narrating events completely in direct speech. So we come across people like that. So when they are talking, just talk in direct speech. So they said, you know what he said, and then they keep going on saying. So it's like that. So Valmiki also narrates the Ramayana, entire Valmiki Ramayana is narrated that way, entirely in direct speech. So Sumantram, so he said this following words to Sumantram. What did he say? Mantri Sattama. So he is addressing Sumantra as, oh, best among mantris. There is another patha. So Mantri Sattamam is one patha. So Mantri Sattamam Sumantram. So to that great minister Sumantra, he said the following words. That's one way. Or he said the following words to Sumantra, and then this Mantri Sattama is an address to Sumantra. So he's calling Sumantra as Mantri Sattama. Mantri Sattama Shighramanaya me Sarvan Gurun Stan Sapurohitan. So me Gurun Sarvan Sapurohitan Anaya. So he says Shighram Anaya, O Sumantra, O great minister Mantri Sattama, please go and bring my Purohitas, my Gurus. So please get my Gurus along with the Purohitas. So me Gurun, so my Gurus. So please get my Gurus along with all the Purohitas. Shighramanaya, get them quickly. Then tatas sumantras tvaritam gatva tvarita vikramaha samanayatsa tan sarvan samastan veda paragan suyagnyam vamadevancha jabalimathakashyapam purohitam vasishthancha ye chapyanye dvijottamah. So tataha, thereafter, after being ordered like that by the king, Sumantra, what does he do? Sumantraha tvaritam gatva. So the Sumantra is given an adjective, tvarita vikramaha. Vikrama is movement. So gamanam. Tvarita vikramaha is he who moves very quickly. That means Sumantra is famous for perhaps riding the chariot or the horse quickly. So he very and then quickly he goes, and Tvaritam Gatva. So Tvarita Vikramaha, Tvaritam Gatva. This is Valmiki style. Usually he says Tvarita Vikramaha, Shvasana Vikramaha. He uses words like that. So Sumantra is somebody who can go quickly. So what does a person who can go quickly do? He goes quickly. So Tvarita Vikramaha, Tvaritam Gatva. That's the meaning. So one who has this nature of, or who has this capability of going quickly, he went quickly. So Tvaritam Gatva, what did he do? Samanayat Tan Sarvan Samastan Vedaparagan. Samanayat means so he with great reverence, with great respect to them, he brought them. Samanayat means so the sum there means so with reverence he brought them. Anayat means he got. Samanayat saha is Sumantra that Tan Sarvan Samastan Vedaparagan. So Sarvan and Samastan, what does it mean? So Sarvan also means all, Samastan also means all. So some difference to show. So Sarvan means all of them, and Samastan means ashrama, all these people are there. So Samastan is they are all assembled together, and Sarvan is all of them. All of them who are assembled together, those Veda Paragan, those who are experts in Veda, they have studied Veda, they are teaching Veda, such kind of Purohitas, Ritviks, the Sumantra goes and gets them with great respect. And who are these people that come? So Suyagnyam Vamadevancha Jabali Mathak Kashyapam. So Suyagnya is brought, and then Vamadeva and Jabali, Kashyapa, these people are brought along with Purohitam Vasishthancha. So that Vasishtha, who's Purohita. So Vasishtha is the chief priest for Ikshvaku kings. So Vasishtha and these 4 or 5 people. So 4 people, and then Yechapyanye Dvijottamaha and other Dvijot. So other rishis, other Dvijas also who are there in Vasishtha's ashrama. All of them are brought. So Tikakara nicely says, so the Suyagnya, Vamadeva, Jabali and Kashyapa, all these 4 people are also Dasharatha's gurus. So Dasharatha has studied under them also. So Vasishtha is a great rishi. Vasishtha is the guru for Dasharatha. He's the one who has done his Yajnopavita Sanskara and things like that. And then he goes to Vasishtha's ashrama to study. But then Vasishtha is also a great tapasvi. So he does not want his tapas also to be disturbed a lot. So Vasishtha is like the chief acharya. So Vasishtha teaches, and then these other 4 people also teach. So some small texts perhaps, or some small shastras, or maybe big shastras also. So these Vasishtha, so Tikakara is telling these people are equal to Vasishtha in their knowledge. So such people also teach, because Vasishtha does not want to waste much time. So perhaps modern teachers can take a cue. So they should engage in their research also, and they should teach also. So that's a trade-off that they have to do. So perhaps Vasishtha also did that trade-off. So between his tapasya and teaching, so therefore he engaged some other people also. They are his own students, Tikakara says. So Suyagnya, Vamadeva, Jabali and Kashyapa, they are his own students, but then they are also equal to him in their knowledge. So they are also teaching there, and Dasharatha studied under them also. So those names are specifically mentioned. So these people, Vasishtha and other Dvijottamaha, other Dvijas, other Ritviks in the ashrama, they all came. So Sumantra got all of them. Tan Pujayitva Dharmatma Raja Dasharathastada Idam Dharmartha Sahitam Shlakshnam Vachanam Abravit. So Tan Pujayitva. So these people have come now to Dasharatha's palace. So Sumantra got them with great respect. And when they came to Dasharatha's palace, Dasharatha also pays them respect. So Tan Pujayitva is he has given them the due respect. And then Dharmatma, that Dharmatma Raja Dasharatha Tada, thereafter Idam Dharmartha Sahitam Shlakshnam Vachanam Abravit. So Idam Vachanam Abravit. So he spoke the following words. And what kind of words? They are Dharmartha Sahitam. So these words are very dharmic in their content, and also they are meaningful. So he has a intent, he has a desire in his mind, and the desire is meaningful. And then of course that he has that desire, that itself is Artha Sahitam. So Dharmartha Sahitam Shlakshnam. Shlakshnam means sweet, I think. So Madhuram. So Shlakshnam is Madhuram Vakyam. So Madhuram Vachanam. So that's something pleasant to him also. And then even the gurus will find it sweet, because it's a dharmic thing that he's asking for. So Shlakshnam Vachanam Abravit Mama Lalapyamanasya Sutartham Nasti Vai Sukham Tadartham Hayamedhena Yakshyamiti Matirmama. So now he is putting that desire in front of there. So he is opening up his heart to those gurus. So what he is telling, Mama Lalapyamanasya Sutartham Lalapyamanasya. So I have been, what should I say? So I have been always worrying about or wanting a son. To such a me, I got a thought today. So and then he says that Sutartham Lalapyamanasya Mama Nasti Vai Sukham. So I don't have happiness in this world. So despite having such great kingdom and things like that, so having so much bhogas, and then having such nice plenty what should I say, bountiful kingdom and happy citizens. So despite all that, still I am not happy. Why? Because sutartham lalapyamanasya, because I don't have a son, and that is causing great worry for me. So sutartham lalapyamanasya nasti vai sukham. So vai means nischay, I definitely I don't have sukham. That's the meaning. Tadartham hayamedhena yakshyamiti matirmama. So therefore I got a thought today that for the sake of a son, so tadartham means sutartham, so for the sake of a son I should do an Ashwamedha yaga. This thought came to my mind, he says. So one thing we should remember, Tattvavedananda ji says this always, that so Dashratha, before Rama was born, so Dashratha was happy. The only problem he had was he didn't have a son. Okay, and then he does Ashwamedha, so he does Putra Kameshti. So that is Kama. So Kameshti is Kamya Karma. So he does a Kamya Karma, and then what happens? Now Rama is born. Rama is born, the entire world is benefited. So till today, Rama is, so because of Rama, we are all benefited. But that Rama himself has become the cause for Dasharatha's death, you know. So Kamya Karmas are like that. You should never engage in Kamya Karmas, that's why. Because before the Kamya Karma, you just had that 1 lakh perhaps in life. But then after that one thing is born, or the one thing is achieved, you have so many things to worry about. So that's the problem with Kamya Karma. So Dasharatha's Putra Kameshti is like that. Of course, because of that Putra Kameshti, great benefit has happened to the world. But what happened to Dasharatha himself? So that has caused his death. So something like that. So tadartham hayamedhena vakshyamiti matir mama. So he says, I got this thought that hayamedhena yakshyami. So I have to perform this hayamedha or Ashwamedha yaga. So tadaham yashtumichhami shastra drishtena karmana katham prapsyam yaham kamam buddhiratra vichintyatam. So tadaham yashtumichhami shastra drishtena. So so that karmana yashtumichhami shastra drishtena karmana yashtumichhami. So I want to perform that karma in accordance with the scriptural injunction. So Hayamedha, Ashwamedha yaga is a yaga mentioned in Yajurveda and in other places also. So this yaga I have to, so I want to perform, therefore I want to perform it according to the injunctions of the vidhi. So you please see how is it to be performed, you please guide me. So katham prapsyamyaham kamam buddhiratra vichintyatam. So how will I be able to perform that yaga and ultimately beget a son by the blessings of that yaga? How will that be possible? Please think about it. Buddhiratra vichintyatam. So buddhi means so the way, the modus operandi of this karma. You please think about it and let me know. So that's what he's telling. Katham prapsyamyaham kamam buddhiratra. So atra is in this. So what is that this? How will I achieve my desire? In this, you please think about it. You think about and let me know. So mind you, whenever you are doing a karma, so Dasharatha himself says that later. So whenever you are doing karma with a kamana, with a specific desire in mind, then you have to do that karma according to the scriptural injunctions, to the letter and spirit you should follow. So at the same time, if that is a karma that you are doing for Chitta Shuddhi, then of course so it's not that if you are doing for Chitta Shuddhi, you can do as it is, as you want. But if you are doing for Chitta Shuddhi, then if there are mistakes also, God will understand and then he will excuse them. And then you can always say, please excuse my mistakes, and God will excuse, something like that. But if you are doing it with the kamana, you have to follow the rule of the Shruti to the letter and spirit. Dasharatha himself will say that later. So ततस्साध्विति तद्वाक्यं ब्राह्मणाः प्रत्यपूजयन् वसिष्ठ प्रमुखाः सर्वे पार्थिवस्य मुखेरितम् ऊचुश्च परमप्रीता सर्वे दशरथं वचः. So tatah, thereafter, after being told like this by Dasharatha, so Dasharatha expresses his desire, and then what happens? Sadhviti. So they say sadhu. So you have said very nicely. So they say like that. Tadvakyam brahmanah pratyapujayan. So tadvakyam means Dasharathasya vakyam. Those words of Dasharatha, brahmanaha pratyapujayan. Pratyapujayan means they have praised. So they praise Dasharatha's intent. They say, yeah, you have got a nice idea. So they praise like that. And then Vasishtha Pramukha Sarve Parthivasya Mukheritam Vakyam. So the Vasishtha Pramukha, Vasishtha and other prominent rishis in the group, so who all have come in that group of rishis, Vasishtha and others. So Sarve Parthivasya Mukheritam. So Sarve means all of them. Parthivasya Mukheritam means those words which have been spoken of by the king. So Parthiva means king. So words that have been spoken of by king, they Pratyapujayan. So they have praised that word. So that they have praised the intention of Dasharatha. Uchuscha paramapritaha sarve Dasharatham vachaha sambhara sambhriyantam te turagascha vimuchyatam saravyashchottare tire yajnabhumir vidhiyatam. So sarvatha prapsase putran abhipretanscha parthiva. So then they say, so they bless Dasharatha's intent, and then they say the following words. Uchuscha, uchuhu means they speak the following words. Paramapritaha. So sarve paramapritaha. They all of them, all the assembled sages, they are very happy on hearing Dasharatha's intent, and they are happy. And then they say the following words to Dasharatha. Dasharatham pachaha uchuhu. So they say the following words to Dasharatha. What do they say? Sambhara sambriyantam. So all the sambharas, yajna sambharas, those things which are required for Ashwamedha Yaga, so all those things may they be accumulated. So they are saying, so now what you have to do, now you have decided the yajna has to be done, they all agree with the idea, and they say, okay, please collect all the yajna sambhara. So Ashwamedha is a very detailed yaga, so it goes up to 1 year actually. So all the details also will come later in Ramayana itself. But then so many things have to be done. So may all that material which is required for the yaga be collected. And te turagascha vimuchyatam. So te turagascha vimuchyatam. So may your horse also. So this Ashwamedha yaga details will come later, and I don't want to go into much detail here. So there's a horse which is let loose, and the horse is left for it to be moved upon freely, and then for 1 year it has to move across, move wherever it can, I mean wherever it wants to go, it can go. And then if it enters the territory of another king, then that another king either has to accept your what should I say, your overlordship, or you have to subdue the king, and things like that. And then after 1 year it is brought back to the kingdom, and then there are some other karmas. Those things will come up later. So may that horse be let loose now. So it's not literally, okay, now let loose the horse. So they are also excited. That's the meaning. So, oh, Ashwamedha Yaga, okay, let's collect all the material. So the horse has to be let loose. So it's like that. They are saying, not literally let loose now. So if the thought has come, so some other preparatory things have to be done, and then the horse is let loose. So literally not that now let it loose immediately. But anyway, they are excited. Sarayavyaschottare tire yajna bhumir vidhiyatam. So they are saying this yajna bhumi, so yajna vedhi has to be, so the place where the yajna is to be done, that has to be constructed. So they are saying Sarayavyaschottare tire. So on the northern banks of Sarayu, let us perform this yaga. So they are saying yajna bhumir vidhiyatam, on the northern banks of Sarayu river, let this yajna bhumi be constructed. So the place where this yajna has to be done, we will do it on the northern banks of Sarayu. So this shows that perhaps Ayodhya is on the southern banks of Sarayu. I don't know how it is modern Ayodhya. We have to check perhaps. But then Sarayu is shown in the Ram. I mean, by this it is hinted that perhaps Ayodhya is on the southern banks of Sarayu. And then Vasishtha and others are saying that let us do this yaga on the northern banks of Sarayu. So this we can see. So I remember when I went to Kaladi, so there's this Purna Periyar river, and then the Kaladi town itself, or city itself, village itself is on one side. And then I was there during Shivratri. For Shivratri, they were doing a huge whatever program. The entire village was doing that program, and that program was on the other side of Periyar river. So they constructed a temporary bridge. Everybody crosses that bridge and goes to that side, and then they sell. Otherwise, it's an empty land. So I was there 2-3 days before Shivratri, and then on Shivratri also. So before Shivratri, if you see, it is an empty land, and then 1-2 days before they start constructing things, and then for Shivratri they do something like that. So they have decided that it has to be done on the northern banks of Sarayu. So the intention is, the meaning is perhaps Ayodhya is on the southern banks of Sarayu. So yajna bhumir vidhiyatam sarvatha prapsase putran abhipretanscha parthiva. So they are also blessing him that you will definitely get a son. Sarvatha prapsase. So putran. So they are also saying putran. So more than, so putran plural is being used. So 3 or more sons you will definitely get. So sarvatha prapsase. So you will definitely get sons. Abhipretan. So abhipretan means like you desire. So nice gunavan putras you will get. So people, so sons who are very, what should I say, ethical, dharmic, such kind of children you will definitely get. Hey Parthiva, they are blessing him. Yasyate dharmiki buddhiryam putrarthamagata. So because you have got this dharmic thought for the sake of children, definitely you will get children. That's the blessing. So yasyate dharmiki buddhihi. Dharmiki buddhihi means this noble thought. So dharmika thought, because you have got yam dharmiki buddhihi agata, yasyate dharmiki buddhihi agata. Therefore you will definitely get a son. So this desire that you have got is a dharmic thought. So therefore definitely it will fructify. So So Shruti says a karma, and then we do it and we get the result. And then Mahatmas also bless you. So because of the Mahatmas blessings, it happens. So it's difficult. So as followers of Sanatana Dharma, you have to say because of the Shrutis, the result of the karma of the mentioned by the Shruti, you got the result. But also there's always this devotion towards Mahatmas. So when Mahatmas say, Muninam Punaradhyanam Vacham Arthonu Dhavati. There is a shloka like that. So when great Munis say something, so it's not that they plan things and then they say and therefore it fructifies. It's not like that. So the first half of this, so there's a famous shloka I think of Bhavabhuti or of Kalidasa, I think Bhavabhuti. So he says Muninam Punaradhyanam Vacham Arthonu Dhavati. So these Munis, these people, they are great tapasyalis. So they say something and then the universe turns in such a way that these words of the rishis come true. So that's the power of their tapas. So it's really true. So I have also seen Mahatmas, they say something and when they say it, you can't even imagine that such things can perhaps happen, but then it happens also. So Muninam Punaradhyanam, or maybe Rishinam Punaradhyanam Vacham Arthonu Dhavati. So they say something and then Vacham Arthonu Dhavati, the artha, the result of those words follow the words. So first the words are spoken and the result follows. So something like that. So these rishis also have blessed Dasharatha that definitely you will get children that you as you desire. So now Dasharatha is also very happy. Tatastushto Bhavadraja Shrutvaitat Dvijabhashitam so Amatyan Abbravid Raja Harshavyakulalochanaha. So Tataha, after listening to those words of his gurus, Purohitas, so he's Tushto Bhavat, that Raja Tushto Bhavat. So Raja Dasratha became very happy, Tushtaha. So Shrutvaitat Dvijabhashitam, by listening to those words which have been spoken by those Dvijas, his Purohitas. So Tushto Bhavat, Raja Dasratha became very happy. And then what did he do? Amatyan Abravid Raja Harshavyakula Lochanaha. So his eyes are filled with tears of happiness because he knows that anyway by the words of these Mahatmas, now definitely I'm going to get children. It's just a matter of time. Now he got that assurance from his gurus. So his eyes are filled with tears of happiness. Harshavyakula Lochanaha means his eyes are filled with tears. Such a Raja Amatyan Abravit. So that Raja, so he told his ministers the following words. What did he say? Sambhara Sambhriyantam me Gurunam Vachanadiha Samarthadishthitaschashvaha Sopadhyayo Vimucyatam Sarayavyashchottare Tire Yagnabhumir Vidhiyatam. So he is giving instructions to his ministers. Sambhara Sambhriyantam. So may all these materials be collected. So please collect all these materials. And then may Gurunam Vachanad Iha. So here, so Saravyas Chuttare Tire, on the northern banks of Sarayu, like my gurus have instructed. So let this so Yajna Bhumi be created. So Yajna Bhumir Vidhiyatam. So he's using order here. So he is saying, so construct the Yajna Bhumi on the northern banks of Sarayu, like my gurus have instructed. And then Samarthadishtitas Chashvaha Sopadhyayo Vimucyatam. So this Ashwa, let this Ashwa Vimuchyata means let it be let loose. So how should it be let loose? So Samarthadishtitaha. So it has to be accompanied by very capable warriors. So there are Shruti Vakyas like that. So Chatushataha Rakshanti. So there are Shruti Vakyas like that. So in Ashwamedha Yaga there are two famous Shruti Vakyas which keep coming. I think the Tikakaras point that out also. Yeah, Chatushata Rakshanti. And then Ashwasya Pade Pade Juhoti. These two things come. So this Ashwasya Pade Pade Juhoti keeps coming in Mimamsa. So if you are studying Purva Mimamsa, texts like Artha Sangraha, it comes. And then in Vedanta also this Ashwasya Pade Pade Juhoti is given as a example always. So it's a famous Shruti Vakya, Ashwasya Pade Pade Juhoti. Both of them are coming here. So in this Sarga today, you will see three Vidhi Vakyas from the Shruti. So one is, so Chatushataha Rakshanti. So this Samarthadhishtitaha means that Ashwa, that horse, has to be accompanied by Samartha, very capable, strong warriors. So how many of them? 400 warriors. So there is a Shruti Vakya like that, Chatushataha Rakshanti. So 400 warriors have to accompany this Ashwamedha horse wherever it is going, so that if any opposition is met, so they have to fight a war with that opposers. So that is also one Shruti Vakya. So Samarthadhishtitaha means along with these 400 capable warriors, may this Ashwa be let loose. And then Sopadhyayaha, along with the Upadhyaya. Upadhyaya is the Ritvik who performs the Ashwamedha sacrifice. So and then so pade pade juhoti. So ashwasya, so ashwasya medhyasya pade pade juhoti. That's the Shruti Vakya. So at every step that the Ashwa, so that's the literal meaning. Of course, there are. I mean, what's the actual meaning? All that is arrived at in Purva Mimamsa. The literal meaning is Ashwasya pade pade juhoti. At every step that the Ashwa takes, so everywhere that the Ashwa places its feet, you have to do the yaga. So that's the literal meaning. So therefore, this Upadhyaya also has to follow this Ashwa. So this Upadhyaya, the Ritvik, and 400 able soldiers. So along with these 400 able soldiers and along with this Ritvik, may this horse be let loose. And then Shantayaschapi Vardhantam Yathakalpam Patha Yathavidhi. So Shantayaschapi Vardhantam. So may the Shanti karmas be performed. So before any yaga proper or any karma proper is taken up, so we do something called Shanti karma. So for all the Vignas being removed. So today in the Pauranika Drishti, we do first Vinayaka Puja. Of course, Vinayaka is there even in Vedas. So we do that and then do any karma. Before we undertake any karma, we do Vigneshwara Puja. So in the Vedic system, you do the Shanti karma. So you do the Shanti karmas so that the Vignas for this ritual are removed. Shantayaschapi Vardhantam. May the Shanti karmas also be performed. Yatha Kalpam Yatha Vidhi. So Yatha Vidhi means as per the injunctions of the Vedas. So the Vedas contain all these. So mostly in Brahmana portion of Vedas, you've contained these injunctions as to how things should be performed or what should be performed in what manner. And then Yatha Kalpam. So in Vedas, sometimes you will find, I mean, mostly you will find the instructions in order, but sometimes so the order will be missed. So something will be here, something will be elsewhere. So therefore, you have something called the Kalpa Shastra. In the Kalpa Shastra, the order is mentioned. So Yatha Kalpam, Yatha Vidhi means as prescribed by the Vedic Vidhis and in the order that is mentioned in the Kalpa Shastra. That is the meaning. And then he's saying, please take great caution in this, because Shakyaf praptu mayam yajnaha sarvena api mahikshita naparadho bhavet kashto yadyasmin kratusattame. So he says this is a great yaga. It's not easy for anybody to do it. If it were easy for anybody to do it, then all kings would have done it. That's what Dasharatha is saying. So Yadi asmin kratusattame, if at all in this great kratusattama is the great yaga, in this Ashwamedha yaga, if at all kashtaha aparadhaha na, so that means if the aparadha or whatever the vidhi lopa, so there are some mistakes that could be performed while performing the yaga itself. So if those mistakes are not kashtaparadha means the aparadhas for which the prayashchitta is very difficult to perform. So sometimes sometimes for a yajna, for a yaga, or for any karma, if there is a mistake, a prayashchitta is there, and the prayashchitta will be easy. So if there is some lopa in the kartavya, in the karma, then you can do that prayashchitta. A mistake, if you have done a mistake, then you can do the prayashchitta and then continue the ritual. But sometimes the prayashchitta is very difficult to make. And then this also comes in Purva Mimamsa in Arthas. I mean, it is a standard Purva Mimamsa thing. That is that there is no link between a big karma and big prayashchitta. So the karma can be very big, but its prayashchitta can be very small. And sometimes the karma will be very small, but the prayashchitta for a wrongdoing of that karma will be very big. So this prayashchitta and karma, so they have no proportional proportional relationship. Sometimes even for a small karma you have a great prayashchitta. Sometimes for a great karma you have a small prayashchitta. So it's uneven. So it's disproportional in that sense. So if the aparadha for this karma is not kashta, that means if the prayashchitta for this karma is not difficult, then everybody would have done it. So shakyaf praptu mayam yajnaha sarvena api mahikshita. So mahikshita means kings. So by all these kings, this yaga would have been performed. So shakyaha ayam yajnaha. So praptum ayam yajnaha shakyaha. This yajna could have been performed by all the kings if the aparadhas were not something for which the prayashchitta was not very great. So by this Dasharatha is hinting that please take care that no aparadha is performed. So that's the idea. And then chidram hi mrigayante. So can somebody confirm? So it's in
I can hear.
Okay. So chidram hi mrigayante sma vidvamso brahmarakshasaha. So Dasharatha is saying So there will always be these Brahma Rakshasas who are themselves Vidvamsa in these karmas. I mean, this Karma Kanda, they are experts in Karma Kanda, but they are Brahma Rakshasas and they are waiting. They always look for any defects in any karma. So if there is any, so the standard, what should I say, the idea is that if there are any karmas which are performed wrongly, then instead of the karma, whatever offerings that you make in that karma yajna, instead of that going to devatas, it will go to these Brahma Rakshasas. And so these Brahma Rakshasas, how are they? How have they become Brahma Rakshasas? They are somebody who have officiated a yaga which has been wrongly done. So because of their mistakes, a yaga has been wrongly done. So they will be born as Brahma Rakshasas. So they are Brahmanas who have performed the yaga wrongly. Therefore, they have been born as Rakshasas. It seems these Brahma Rakshasas, what do? They always, so wherever any yaga is going on, they are always on the lookout for any mistakes. So Chidram means mistake. So Chidram literally means hole. So like we say loopholes. So any mistakes, any defects in the yaga is there. These people are on the lookout for any mistakes in any yaga. Why are they on the lookout? For two reasons. One, you can say because they are on the lookout because if there is any mistake in that yaga, then the yaga offering doesn't go to the devatas, it goes to them. And then secondly, it's some kind of a, what should I say, I shouldn't be sadistic, but perhaps it's a sadistic kind of ananda that they get, that these people also should be born as Brahma Rakshasas. So that's how the Tikakaras are writing. So they have this expectation. So these Brahma Rakshasas are always on the lookout for any mistakes committed in the karmas. So today also you should see that if any karmas are being performed, there will be some people who are always there to point out defects. So pointing out defects by the Purohita, that thing is all right. But then there will be people around who will be always saying this should not be done like that, this was not done like this in our times or something, they will be saying. So they are like Brahma Rakshasas. Okay, so that was a joke. But then vidhihinasya yajnasya sadyah karta vinashyati tadyatha vidhi purvam me kraturesha samapyate. So he is telling vidhihinasya yajnasya sadyah karta vinashyati. So like I told you, if there is a kamya karma, it has to be done according to the vidhi. Dasharatha is saying, if a karma is not done according to the vidhi, then the karta immediately he vinashyati means, you can say he will not get the result of that karma, or you can say more strictly speaking, he himself will attain a lower birth because of the defect in the karma. So vidhihinasya yajnasya karta. So the karta of a yaga which has been wrongly performed or performed not as per the vidhi of the Veda, such a karta, I mean karta of such a yaga, what will happen? Sadhyaha vinashyati. So immediately he will attain, so immediately you can say, so he won't get the result of the yaga, or he will attain a Rakshasa birth or some other lower birth. So tadyatha vidhipurvam me kraturesha samapyate. So may this yaga be performed according to the, therefore because it's such a difficult thing, so it's difficult because the prayashchittas are tough, and then there are always Brahma Rakshasas on the lookout for any mistakes. And third reason being that so if the yaga is not performed according to the vidhi, then the karta also goes to the naraka or whatever, or doesn't get his result. Therefore what should you do? Please ensure that this yaga is performed and reaches its conclusion or is completed as per the vidhi of the shastras, vidhi of the Vedas. Tatha vidhanam kriyatam samartha sadhaneshviti. So Dasharatha has been telling all these words to his ministers. You know what is he saying? Tatha vidhanam kriyatam. Tatha means in a manner that this yajna is performed without any defects. In such a manner, tatha vidhanam means in a manner that the yaga is completed without any defects. Kriyatam. So kriyatam means, so please arrange for this yaga to be performed without any defects in the performance. So they might say that, but then it's a difficult yaga, how will we also be able to do? So to inspire them, Dasharatha is saying samartha sadhaneshu. So you people are experts in what should I say, in accomplishing such kind of things. So sadhaneshu samarthaha. So you people are experts in accomplishing these things. Therefore I am confident that you will also ensure that without any mistakes this yaga continues. Iti. So thus, so somewhere he started speaking. So Amatyan Abravid Raja, it started in 14th shloka. So that is concluded. Iti means thus Dasharatha told his ministers. Tatheti cha bruvan sarve mantrinah pratipujitaha parthivendrasya tadvakyam yathapurvam nishamyate. So yathapurvam te parthivendrasya vakyam nishamya. So those ministers, and then those ministers are pratipujitaha. So they have been well respected by Dasharatha. Such ministers, well respected as in they have been, I mean, they have been consulted so far, right? And then he's very, I mean, lovingly he's telling them, please arrange for these things. So such kind of ministers, they having heard Nishamya, having heard the words of this Raja, Parthivendrasya Vakyam Nishamya, those words of the Raja Dasharatha, they heard, and then Tatheti cha Abruvan Sarve. So all of those ministers, the Sarve Mantrinaha, Tatheti cha Abruvan. So they spoke, I mean, they said, okay, all right, it will be done like that. So when they are hearing, as they hear, they also said that, okay, it will be done like that, something like that. Then Tatha Dvujaste Dharmagnya Vardhayanto Nrupottamam अनुज्ञातास ततः सर्वे पुनर्जग्मुर यथागतम. So these ministers are there. So it was a sabha in which the ministers are there, the purohitas are there, and Dasharatha is there. Dasharatha expressed his desire to the purohitas, and purohitas heard him, and they also encouraged him. They said, yes, definitely you will get children according to this. And then even in that very same sabha, he is giving instructions to the ministers. Then ministers also said, yes sir, definitely we will do like that. And then the Brahmanas will be the first to now exit from mind you. So tatha dvujas te dvujaha dharmagnaha vardhayanton rupottamam. So dharmagnyas, those dvujas who are dharmagnyas, who know dharma, those people. So nrupottamam vardhayantaha. So nrupottama is best among kings. So this best among kings, Dasharatha, vardhayantaha means, so it means they have been blessing him. So they bless him, saying, yeah, you will attain fame, you will get children. Like this, they blessed him. So having blessed, anugnataha. So they also take permission to leave from the meeting. Tataha sarve punarjagmur yathagamam. So from there, from that meeting, they also go back to where they came from. So like they came, they also leave. So that's the meaning. Visarjayitva tan vipran sachivan idam abravit ritvigbhir upasandishto yathavat kraturapyatam. So when these rishis leave from the meeting, Dasharatha is also once again telling to his ministers, Visarjayitva tan vipran. Tan vipran means those rishis Visarjayitva means having left them. But here it is actually that, so they have left the meeting. So once they left the meeting, this idam vachanam abravit, this Raja Dasharatha is saying the following words. So ritvigbhir upasandishto yatha kraturapyatam. So like in the way that these ritviks have instructed, let this kratu be performed in such a way. That means he's telling, let us follow all the instructions that the dvijas have given us. So ritvigbhir upasandishtaha yathavat kraturapyatam. May this kratu, may this yajna, Ashwamedha yajna reach or attain that state which has been described by these rishis. That's the meaning. So ityuktva nrupashardula sachivan samupasthitan visarjayitva swamveshma pravivesha mahamatihi. So after this, so ityuktva nrupashardulaha, Nrupashardula means again tiger, Nrupashardula means so tiger among kings, but literally it's that, but then actually it means so that best among kings. So this Shardula, Rishabha, these words are used. So Purusharshabha, so Nrupashardula, here it is coming. All this means it's used in the sense of best, so superlative. So the best amongst kings. So that best amongst kings, ityuktva, he said thus that. So he said in the previous verse, right, that may this karma attain completion as per the words of the dvijas. So he said these words, and then Nrupashardulaha sachivan samupasthitan visarjayitva. So he leaves that meeting. So first the Brahmanas leave, and then the Raja reiterates the instructions, and he also leaves. He also leaves from where? From that meeting in which all these sachivas, the ministers, are there. From there he leaves, and where does he go? Swamveshma pravivesha, that Mahamati Dasharatha, he goes to his own chamber or his own palace or his own home, wherever, I mean, so this Veshma means home, so he goes to his own home. And then Tatassagatva tah patnir narendro hridayangamaha Vacha Diksham Vishata Yaksheham Sutakaranat. So once he goes home, so to his palace, he tells his wives. So Hridayangamaha means those wives who are very dear to him. So such dear wives, he tells them. So Tatassa Gatva, so having gone to the palace, Taf Patnihi Narendro Hridayangama. This Narendra, Dasharatha, this king, he tells his wife. So Ta Patnihi Hridayangamaha Uvacha. To those Patnis, he says the following words. What does he say? Diksham Vishata. So all of you please enter. So please all of you take upon Diksha. So before any yaga is performed. So even the wife and the husband, both of them have to enter into Diksha. So this comes even during Rama's Pattabhishekam time. So Rama tells Sita Devi that tomorrow is going to be Pattabhishekam. So we have to enter this night, we have to spend in Diksha. So some kind of, what should I say, some ethical restrained life they are supposed to lead during the course of the yaga. So this Dasharatha is going and telling the wife. So Diksham Vishata. So please take up Diksha. Why? Because Sutakaranat Aham Yakshe. I have decided that for the sake of a son, I am going to perform this yaga, Ashwamedha yaga. So here now Patni word has come. So Govindaraja has nicely pointed out there is a Panini Sutra called Patyurno Yajna Sanyoge. So Yajna Sanyoge. So this Pati means husband. So Pati means generally Lord actually. So this Pati and Patni. So if you see Pati and word, these two words, Pati and Patni. So in this word Patni, there is one extra na, so Patni. So where did that nakara come from? So Panini said, in the case of, so Yajna Sanyoge Striyam. So in the case of a woman in connection with a yaga, so this Pati word gets this nakara. So Patyurno Yajna Sanyoge means for this word Pati in the context of a woman who is related to him by a yaga or due to a yaga. So to such a lady, the nakara comes. So Pati Patni actually is the same word, but this nakara has come from yajna, because of that yajna sanyoga. So yajna sanyoga can mean yajnena sanyogaha. Because of a yajna, these people have come together. So vivaha itself is a yajna. So because of that yajna called vivaha, these people have come together. Therefore Pati Patni, or you can say the other meaning. So this yajnena sanyoga has, I think Kashika Kara explains like that. But then Govindaraja is telling this is because, so for yajna phala, these people also get the right. So the Pati performs the yaga, but the yaga phala is enjoyed by both. So this yajna sanyoge means, so for getting the phala of the yaga, this lady also is eligible. For that lady, this nakara comes. So Pati Patni. So anyway, that's what I thought I will tell the third Shruti Vakya. So I told you two Shruti Vakyas today. So which is that Chatushata Rakshanti, and then Ashwasya Medhyasya Pade Pade Juhoti, and then Patni Sanyoja Yajati. So there is another Vidhi Vakya, generally Vidhi Vakya, not specific to Ashwamedha Yaga itself, but Patni Sanyoja Yajati means he who has a wife, he only can do yaga. So that's a general Vidhi Vakya. So Patni Sanyoja Yajati. That means he who has a wife should perform the yaga. So wife has a prominent place in the Vedic system, in the sense that her presence and her anumodana, or her, what should I say, her acceptance to the ritual is very important. So in Vedika Kratus, that's how the wife always stands by the shoulder of the Yajaman, the Karta, and then the connection is through Garbha grass. So she holds on to Garbha grass and touches the shoulder of the Yajaman. That's how the Yajaman gets permission. So together they perform the yaga. I mean the husband does the yaga, but they are together. So the phala comes to both of them. So even in Somayaga it's like that. So this Somayaji and the Somidamma, both of them, they perform together the yaga, as in they take the vrata together, they get the result like that together. And even before, when we are giving any dakshina, so Hiranyagarbha Garbhastam, so that mantra is said, and then the Patni has to put water. So this Yajaman is there, and then the person receiving the dakshina is there. So they keep dakshina in the hand, and this Patni has to put water over that. Only then will this dakshina get, or only then will this person get the authority to give the dakshina. So that's the place of the wife in the Vedic system. So she gives that permission. Therefore, Dasharatha is going and telling his wife that I have decided that this yajna has to be performed. So you people also please enter into, please take up these vows. So these vratas you take up, diksha you take up, because we have to perform this yaga. Then tasam tena tikantena vachanena suvarchasam mukhapadman yashobhanta padmanivan himatyaye. So tasam tenatikantena vachanena. So that by these words, or very daring words of Dasharatha, what happened? Tasam suvarchasam mukhapadmani. So those lotus-like faces of those queens. So Valmiki always ends with a, so maybe not always ends with, but he always gives very nice similes. So he's ending the sarga also with a very nice simile. Those lotus-like faces of the queens, so Kaushalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi, so their faces also bloomed on listening to these very daring words of words of Dasharatha. So for that he is giving an example. Mukha Padmani Ashobhanta. So those lotus-like faces also, they had a what should I say, glow because of those words. For that he is saying Padmaniva Himatyaye. So like the actual lotuses in the pond. So Himatyaye, when Hima goes away, Hima literally means snow, but here you should say the what is it called? So lotus, when the sun is there, it blooms, and when the sun sets, the lotus also, I mean, what does it happen? It again, so sankocha, I don't know what is it called in English. It comes together, it closes again, and when the sun rises, it opens. So in morning time, just about sunrise time, so there is dew in the, so there is some kind of dew in the atmosphere. The sun rises, the dew melts away, and then the lotuses also bloom. So like those lotuses which bloom when the dew goes away, like that these people's faces also bloom. The queen's lotus like faces also bloomed. So there is again a dhvani here. So himatye padmaniva. So the dew, when it vanishes, the padma is blooms like that. So this so himatya, so the dew has to evaporate or vanish away, you know. For that the dhvani is, Valmiki perhaps is saying that even these queens were feeling bad that they didn't have a child, so they were crying. They had tears also. It's not like they were always crying, but then of course it's always a lag that they felt that children, we don't have children, so they were feeling bad. So now their tears also have been washed away by this Dasharatha's words. Therefore their faces became blooming. So their did I say gloom so far? I meant bloom. I don't know if I said gloom or bloom, but I meant lotuses bloom, not gloom. So this gloom goes away and their faces are blooming. Like the dew goes away and the lotuses bloom. So dhvani is, so their tears have been washed away by Dasharatha's words. Therefore their faces are glowing. So इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकिये आदि काव्ये बालकांडे अष्टमः सर्गः. So thus we have completed अष्टमः सर्ग. So one thing I thought I should make this statement. Though while I'm making this statement, it might sound that I'm taking a very high pedestal, but I am not. I'm just repeating the words of Mahatmas, specifically what Tattvavedanta ji always says. So to not have children is not a very big problem. You know, people generally take it as a problem that we don't have children. So now what should we do? And things like that. That kind of worry is always there. So that worry is perhaps misplaced. So even without children, life goes on well, except for, of course, in modern times now with a lot of what should I say, lot of I mean, modern as in today's days, people are more okay with having a life, not having for children. Of course, this all issue comes up as to, so I told you last session also, prajaye grihamedhinam. So you have to marry only to beget children. That's how the Vedic system was. But in modern days, people choose not to have children. That's a different story. Maybe you should not choose like that. But because of some problem, say some genetic or whatever problem, suppose you don't have children, that's not a big issue to be made about. The wife and husband can decide to, I mean, can decide as in not choose to not have children. But if there is some problem, it's okay. It's not a big lack in life. You don't have children, you don't have children. That's all. So in that, I mean, Swamiji tells a story of how a couple actually came to him, and then they told him that we don't have children. So actually this couple, so they were very rich people and they did a lot of yajnas, yagas, visited so many tirtha kshetras and things like that, and they always wanted children. They didn't have children, so for the sake of children they did a lot of such things, but then still they didn't have children. And then any Mahatma they go to, they keep suggesting some karma, and these people with great enthusiasm they do that karma also. And then they went to a Mahatma. That Mahatma's name is Swami Sundara Chaitanyananda. He's a famous and great Vedanta teacher in Telugu speaking lands. So they went to him, and they told him also their problem. And then Sundara Chaitanyananda ji, it seems, told them that if you don't have children, what's the big loss in life? It's not a very big loss. So because of his teachings, they also attained some kind of what should I say, mental soothing, and they decided that perhaps we not being able to have children, it's not that they choose not to have children, it's not like that, but they were unable to have children. They decided that it's okay, it's not much of a big problem. And then it seems Tattvavedanta ji also went to Sundara Chaitanyananda ji's ashram for some time, a week or something, to speak there. So this couple came to him, And Swamiji also told the same kind of advice, that it's okay if you're not able to have children, it's not a very big lack in life. And then they told him that Swamiji also, Sundara Chaitanyandaji also told us the same thing. So they were, I mean, they slowly, the thought receded from their mind. So what I'm trying to say, I don't know why I felt like saying it, but I said it nonetheless, that yeah, you can ask a question, but let me just finish what I'm trying to say, which is that so choosing not to have children is a different topic, but then not being able to have children perhaps is not a big lack. I mean, so we have to be a little thoughtful about it. The reason why I raised it here is, it shows here that Dasharatha and the queens themselves were worried, of course, by Dasharatha's lack and his desire. Because of his performing this yaga, a great avatara has come to this world. Till today, Rama's name and Rama's story has been uplifting millions and millions of, millions is a small number in comparison to how many people's lives Rama's story and Rama's name has saved and will be saving forever. So yavat sthasyanti girayaha, we saw in Ramayana itself, for as long as mountains stay, Rama's glory will stay. But then that Rama's birth itself has caused so much agony to Dasharatha himself eventually in his life. So I thought I will say this. Let me finish, conclude, and then you can ask your question. Om यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम्। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। या प्लीज आस्क। You could have typed perhaps by now. So in the meanwhile, let me announce that I'm planning to take a class, take a session tomorrow also. So please try to make it convenient to attend the session tomorrow, which is at 7:45. So progeny, for the sake of continuing the lineage, that's